What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I am back from a video where this time once again, we're looking at Kevin Durant, one of the biggest superstars in the NBA. And if you didn't know, KD's Nets recently got bounced in the first round by Boston in embarrassing fashion. So with that being the case, Charles Barkley, as well as the Inside the NBA crew, chimed in big time on KD's legacy. And this video very quickly, I'm going to react to these clips and tell you what I think was right in this dispute. So with that being said, let's roll the first clip.
So you guys always talk about that championship stuff. I try to tell y'all, all these bus riders, they don't mean nothing to me. If you ain't driving the bus, don't walk around talking about you a champion. If you riding the bus, I don't want to hear it. Come on, Shaq, tell them. All these guys walk around with these championship rings. Hey, y'all bus riders. But let me tell you something. When you the bus driver and you got all that pressure when you have to play well or you're going to get the blame, that's a different animal.
So, stopping the first clip right there, Chuck is dead on about one thing when it comes to being the man or the bus driver of a championship team. For a player's overall legacy, that is very, very important. And winning the championship as the guy is the goal for every all-time great player. But one thing I will push back on, when looking at second options on championship teams, those guys also have a very big impact, and you can't win a championship with just one player. Look at the 90s Bulls. For all 6 championships, they also had Scottie Pippen. I don't hear anyone saying Scottie isn't an NBA champion and a proven winner. Same thing with Kobe and Shaq. For those first 3 championships, Kobe was a second option, and still undeniably had a huge impact on those series. But even with that being said, Chuck's overall point of being the man and the bus driver is hugely important for an NBA superstar.
Because Kevin Durant's not on the bus. He's just not on the bus.
Yeah, no, but what has happened when he was driving the bus?
But he's never just...
No, what was happening when he was driving the bus?
He lost in the finals.
Yeah, okay, he did. And then when he was in Oklahoma City again...
But he was driving him. You don't think he was the bus driver in Golden State?
No, I do
You don't
not.
think he was the best player on that team?
No, I do not.
Wow. I do.
Well, you can say that, but
I thought he was the best player.
You don't join those 73-win team and talk about you...
But he was the best player.
No, he got MVP. He wasn't the best player. Iguodala wasn't the best player. He got MVP. Stop that.
Now, once again, Charles makes some very valid points regarding KD in Oklahoma City. As without Steph Curry, he has a total of 1 finals win his entire career. In his last year with the Thunder, of course, blew a 3-1 lead in epic fashion to Steph Curry. Even looking at KD's resume since Steph, it's pretty underwhelming. 2021, he lost to the Bucks, and in OT went 0 for 6. And of course, this year versus Boston was swept out the building while severely underwhelming on the floor. Kevin Durant, to this point in his career, has still not proven he can win a championship without Steph Curry. And even looking at KD's time in Golden State, when Steph wasn't playing, the Warriors had an astonishing 23-17 record. And in regards to who the best player was in those teams, I would say KD overall, looking at offense and defense, was the Warriors' best player. But one thing he wasn't was their most valuable, as that clearly was Steph Curry. And one thing Chuck does say that will haunt Kevin Durant forever is that Kevin Durant joined a 73-win team. That for KD's legacy is going to haunt him to the end of time. It's unavoidable. It's a big black mark on his overall resume.
Yeah, I see people messing with my older brother. I don't like
Messing with his older brother?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Why are we messing with him? Or maybe clapping back?
Yeah, clapping back.
That doesn't bother me at all. Y'all know better.
Yeah. No, I don't think it should bother you. I don't think it should bother him, and it shouldn't bother
No,
me.
it bothers him. He's sensitive, Cindy.
That's this whole
No.
bus driver, bus rider thing. What you got, Jeremy?
No, let me see what it is.
Come on. Easy money sniper, that'd be KD.
Yeah. He put a picture of me and 3 old guys on there. I got no problem with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, but he had a couple.
Yeah.
Had this one. Where would Chuck be without the big homies?
Well, we didn't win anything together. When I was a bus driver, I didn't win anything just like him.
Who was the bus driver on that bunch?
Well, nobody. I was a rookie and they were all past their prime.
So, interjecting very quickly, Those pictures by KD have no context and they're plain stupid. As looking at the Rockets pictures, with Hakeem, Barkley, and Pippen, and Hakeem, Barkley, and Drexler, all those guys at that point were past their prime and at least 34 years old. For both Kevin Durant super teams in Golden State and Brooklyn, all those guys were in their prime and under the age of 34. There's absolutely no comparison, and it's pretty ignorant when it comes to NBA history. Even looking at the Philadelphia pictures, that still is not the same, as Charles Barkley didn't join that team as a free agent, he was drafted there. Unlike Kevin Durant, who left OKC and left Golden State for 2 super teams.
And I didn't even
And KD says an army of producers against the God, just another Tuesday.
You mean the God who's sitting home with a play-in banner.
Charles Barkley by far is the funniest man on television. And when it comes to his basketball career, he's actually pretty underrated. And looking at one of his best seasons, in his first year in Phoenix, as the man, he took a Suns team and led them to the best record in franchise history, as was the NBA, averaging 26, 12, and 5 on 52% shooting. In addition to that, he was the MVP over Michael Jordan. And when it came to the NBA Finals versus Jordan's Bulls, he averaged 27, 13, and 6 on 48% shooting. He went toe-to-toe with a prime Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals and nearly beat his team. That's how good Charles Barkley was back in the day.
You think they put that play-in banner up already? Listen, man, I could put up stuff about him and Russell and James and Serge Ibaka.
What makes this?
And I'm just saying, I said, wait a minute. If somebody sent us him and I ain't gonna respond, I said, you want me to put up him, Russ, James, and Serge Ibaka? I said, no. Listen, KD's a great player. Only point I was making, life is different when you leave the driving the bus.
This is what we do, Ernie.
And getting one quick point in, Charles Barkley once again was a great NBA player. Was he better than Kevin Durant? Probably not. But when it comes to leading a championship team as a quote-unquote bus driver, Charles Barkley in '93 was better than Kevin Durant could ever imagine.
When you say it, bus driver, to me it disrespects you.
It not disrespecting me.
Let me finish what you have accomplished. Because then it gives the ignorant. People go, oh, he didn't win a championship, he's not great.
You say it every week.
No, I say you didn't win a championship. I never said you weren't great.
I didn't know, and I never said KD wasn't great.
And I never said
KD wasn't great.
No, you said he was a great player.
He's a great player.
And I never said you weren't a champion. There's a difference between winning a championship and being a champion.
I'm really trying to understand Kenny's point. He's trying to be objective, play devil's advocate, and really bat for KD. But what he's saying is twisting logic so much in so many ways. It's really pretty simple. Being the #1 guy, you have different expectations as well as rewards for winning championships. You do good, you're going to get more accolades, more recognition than the second or third options. But on the flip side, if you lose in the first round or second round, you're going to get critiqued more because you're the man and you're the bus driver. It's a pretty simple concept that Kenny is making way too complicated.
No, it's not over there. When I'm in the room with the other Hall of Famers, I don't get to sit at their table. That's the way it is. LeBron has said he had to
get to sit at their table?
because they're champions.
You're a champion.
No. See,
that's my point. To me,
Kenny,
that doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. Well, that's why you're not in the conversation.
Okay, you ain't a champion. Saying you're not a champion because you didn't win a championship.
Yes.
We have a playoff series.
The self-awareness by Charles Barkley is off the charts in this clip. I mean, you rarely see NBA players humble themselves and take a step back and say they aren't on those guys' level. When Charles Barkley undoubtedly is a Hall of Fame player, one of the best power forwards of all time. But even he recognizes, with all his success, he is still not an NBA champion and on the level of those guys. It's a sad reality, but it's also true. And once again, Kenny Smith is getting way too complicated with semantics, looking at champion, championship, bus driver, what it all means. Once again, for this video, it's pretty simple. Being the #1 guy, you have more responsibility as well as more blame when you win or when you lose.